Right now, we are on a humongous cock! I've always wanted to play another game with a progression system like Terraria, but I couldn't find one, so I'm gonna make my own. Last time we did world generation and grass, so everything we need now is just combat, farming, building, enemies, boss fights. So I created a system where bad guy can abuse victims. Oh no, daddy, please don't hit me! Bad guy can use magic or melee damage to hit the poor Timmy. But what Timmy unfortunately doesn't know is that he can just refuse the damage if it's not of the correct type. Okay, we can now cut the tree, but where did the tree go? Oh my god, I think I found the solution for every problem I've ever had! Oh my god, the juice.
I'm gonna come. Oh.
Wait, if I buy it now, I don't spend $100, but I save $100. You can now smash rock and chop down trees. Wow, the tree actually looks like it's a tree. I also stole the mechanic from Valheim, where you can play bowling with the trees. Oh. I also created some other weapons with the damage system from earlier, like a bow, a sword and a magic stuff. With these weapons I also plan a basic class system like Terraria has, with different accessories which you can use to make a unique build in your class. I think next up we need some enemies. If there only was a creature which is in every generic game and is completely boring? Wait, I think it's only missing a single thing. Guys? What are you doing?
What's up, guys? It's Quandale Dingle here.
I believe creatures and enemies should form their own environment apart from the player. So each creature type is now part of a faction. Each faction has then relationships to other factions. A little bit like these disgusting pigs that turn into Karens when you tickle one of their bodies. I also added this little guy that wants to... And of course, it's family friendly. Then I added 3 froggies.
Sup?
With the red one being the hardest and having 3 separate attacks. We can now also have some pretty big arena fights between the creatures and set them hostile to each other. You can also activate Raspberry mode and...
Electricity! Electrify! Zap! Electrons!
Juice! More juice! But now I think it's time for a boss. And I created this absolutely majestic being in Blender. After surely just a tiny amount of work, we now have some gold particles, 3 different faces and 4 different attacks. I named this little guy Rock Hard because he's a rock and like rocks are hard. After doing so much extremely creative work, I think I should steal some ideas again. The Terraria summoning class. Pretty fucking boring because you're summoning immortal beings that fly around and kill everything. So I want to make it more interactive and have your summons actually take damage. I also plan on adding a weapon which can overtake randomly spawning creatures that are then yours and follow your command. So I think there's a lot of potential here for more interesting gameplay mechanics. Now that we have enemies and weapons, I think we need a skill system to accompany that. This was actually surprisingly easy to implement. I basically stole the entire system from Valheim.
NONI?
Yoink! You can see your skills on the left and your stats on the right side. So pretty much for every kind of action you get rewarded with skill XP. If it's walking or combat or farming, you will always improve somewhere. And I promise you won't lose anything on death. And of course, there's gonna be a big UI update eventually. I mean, this might look a little bit too full, but I'm gonna find a way to fit it in. Like any other reasonable survival game, we of course need a base building system. I started off by creating a snapping point system, where each building piece can be snapped to another one. I then visualize the object in green when it can be placed, and in red if it can't. Now all we need is to rotate the object, which is... yeah... oh no! It's Quaternions! After defeating the 4-dimensional demons, we have a perfect building system. I will still have to adapt the size of the building objects, because they're way too small now. And I will have to create many more of them, because right now you have just a few objects to choose from. And I think I'm aiming for something similar to Valheim, because there's a good variety to really build anything you want. Right now, there's no stability system whatsoever, so you can literally build towers going into infinity.
Me encanta esta vaina.
But I think I'm gonna keep it that way, because most of the time stability systems are just annoying when building. And second of all, it's a lot of effort. I mean, what do you fuck off. We can now build some really creative builds, like a humongous cock on a mega humongous cock.
Subscribe or die.